Retro Care back again with another couple of Mastertronic games. The old Posty's been again and he's brought a few games for me. And today we're going to take a look at Agent X and also Werewolves in London. You'll see how Agent X really got the better of me. By the way, I showed the sort of little bit of loading in the window there, and I found that people really quite like the loading Spectrum games. I know it's very nostalgic and people like seeing the loading screens. So what I'm going to do in the future is any games that I sort of talk about or review, I will show the loading screens full screen, if you like, at the end of the video, because I know some people quite like them. Anyway, let's get going. Agent X and Werewolves of London. Right, Werewolves of London, let's crack on. The idea is that you're a werewolf and you no longer want to be a werewolf, and the way to stop being a werewolf is to kill the family line of the werewolf that turned you. There's 8 family members that you need to kill. Let's crack on. I've got me Kempston ready, and let's go. Right, so it's put us straight into night time, so we're a werewolf. You can pick up stuff. So that's a file I think you can use at some point. And if you use the little purple icon, as you can see I'm moving along with the OMP buttons, if you put it on yourself, the werewolf, you can jump quite far when you're a werewolf by the look of it. And you can jump obviously a human. But if you take it off there, you can't jump. Which we won't do for the moment. But the idea is you walk around the streets of London, and when you come close to a family member of the werewolf that turned you, you get a yellow crucifix or cross that starts to flash on your screen down the bottom left, and you have to kill them. Now obviously you complete the game by killing all of the 8 family members, and you are so rewarded in this game. The reward for doing this game and killing the 8 family members is for the game to crash. Oh God, who couldn't have asked for more? But that used to happen with some games. It's almost like completing the game was too much for it, and it would crash, unlike the 15-20 minute epic endings you get on many games now, modern games. But there you go, that's the premise of the game. You can pick up a few things that help you. I think you can pick up an underground ticket. I've obviously picked up a file. There's a hook, but I'm not sure exactly what the hook is for. And I quite like this game because it was just a little bit different. It's quite good. You can walk around the back of things, a bit sort of 3D-ish in that respect, not just a straight on 2D platformer. And the other thing that is a bit of a pain is everyone looks the same. Every other guy looks like me, and every other woman looks like her. But you just wander around waiting for coming across one of the families of the werewolves that turned you. Now the other thing is there are policemen around. They leave you alone when you're human, but the minute you're a werewolf, they start shooting guns at you, or if they get close to you and actually touch you, you go into prison. Now the way to get out of prison is just wait, by the look of it, I think, till it's daytime. When you turn back into a human, you can walk free from the prison. But there you go, that's the premise of the game. Find and kill the 8 family members of the werewolf that turned you. So we'll just wander around now. Yeah, so I just quite liked the the sort of premise of the game, really. Don't think it was rated that highly, but you sort of notice of my videos, I don't always go for what everybody else would sort of do a video about. And obviously there are some classic Mastertronic games, but I used to go for the little bit quirky ones. Oh, that's interesting. Now, that gate is locked with night time. That's unusual. Didn't know about that. Now, it's not letting me go that way. Oh, yeah, it is. You see what I mean by having to be pixel perfect. So there's a policeman. I'm off. He looks like the policeman from Hello, Hello. I've noticed that before. There, those who are old enough to know Hello, Hello. I know that he's going back a bit. But I'm going to keep out of the way of that police officer. I think you can go underground as well. Now I'm going to go up here, walk along the rooftops. Maybe I can get away from the police officer that way. Now let's go right up to the top. Now I'm wondering, I might fall here. Yeah, that's not good. That's the time you can see I lost a fair bit of life there, falling. But I'm going to keep going away. I don't want to be arrested, because the minute they arrest you, they put you in prison. Now, as you can see, getting past... Oh, there's the police officer again. Oh, actually, I'll kill him. Because that gave me some energy. I forgot you could kill other humans that are not the family members too, and that replenishes your energy. Now, there you go. Which one is it? No, it's back that way. Yes, I've got one there. I'll kill 3 people. Oh, PC Prod is after me. Oh, he's just shot his gun. Well, there's another policeman. I'll go around the back here. I'll tell you what, I'll run along here. But there you go. I killed one of them. That shows you that crucifix down on the bottom. Oh, left-hand side. I'm going to try and get that policeman. Oh, I've got him. Is that something to pick up? No, I don't know if that was something to pick up. But there you go. I'm going to get him as well. Oh, it's these policemen I'm leaving in my wake. Oh, got him as well. Oh, and there you go. It's going to change. Well, that's quite good. But anyway, I'm going to stop it there because that's the premise of the game. If I kill 8 of the family members, as I say, I'm rewarded with a Spectrum game crashing. Unbelievable. Anyway, hope you like that little look at Werewolves in London. By the way, American Werewolf in London is one of my favourite horror films. Absolutely brilliant. Right, here we go. Agent X, the President of the United States, has been kidnapped by a mad professor who wants to make his mind warmongerish. Sort of thing you had for a game in the early 80s or mid 80s, which is fair enough by me. But here we go. It's got different sections to this game, which I'm going to sort of blast on with. What is really crazy about this game is for each section of the game, you have to press play on the cassette tape and load each individual section of the game. So, which means, of course, that if you die, you have to start, rewind the tape, and load the sort of first bit again, which is like, you know what, you need a lot of patience as a kid when you had a ZX Spectrum or probably all the sort of early home computers, but this added to it, whereas, you know what, you had to press play on the tape to load the next section. Oh, the mind boggles. But anyway, let's push on with Agent X, and the first one is a car driving section. Let's go. Now, I thought this looked really good for a budget game. Sort of got that 3D effect. You've got that sort of Subaru Knight Rider type car, but the idea was just to get to the Mad Professor's base. Now, those sort of things on the road, those there, are, as you saw, they kill you. That sort of checkered one, like a little bit like a drafts board as well. If you bump into those, or if you hit the curb like that, you die. So the idea is to lose as little life as possible, because you really need the lives in the next section, which is the sort of platform section, section 2 of this game. You don't actually die when you hit the tanks. The tanks are there to sort of block you. The police cars and the sort of lorries or vans try to hem you in and squeeze you towards a curb, which, as you saw, does kill you, or push you towards those parts of the road that look like drafts or chessboards. There's one. Go over that, it will kill you. But we're doing okay. The section lasts sort of 2 or 3 minutes. Oh, I just jumped over that one. Crazily, it's almost like you've got a super pimped up car that will jump right off the ground and save you from losing lives. But we're doing okay, actually, after a bit of a wobbly start. We're making our way to the base. Yeah, so I liked games at different sections. Not necessarily like the fact you have to load the different sections each time via your cassette player. And by the way, I do load all my games cassette player. I know there are various means, and I've used the other means of loading games, even through my mobile phone and stuff. But if I've got the game, I like loading it the old way. I know that can be problematic, and some may think I'm crazy, but I still enjoy loading the games the old way. We're doing okay here, or leapt right over a tank. Not lost too many lives so far, and I should be getting towards... Oh, that was a bit unfortunate. I should be getting towards the base very soon, I think, where we'll have to press play on the tape and load level 2. Which I won't obviously keep the capture going or recording. You don't want to sit there while the tape goes for a minute. So I'll pause it if and when that happens. But we're doing... Oh no! Trying not to lose many lives. As you'll see in the second section, made it. So it's going to ask me to start the tape, which I'll do. So I'm going to stop that now and start again in a moment. Right, successfully loaded level 2, no hiccups. The tape ran quite smoothly. I'm going to talk briefly now. As you can see on the screen, you can see my Philip Marlowe type character on the bottom right. He's actually doing well, but the nearer he gets to that gravestone, the nearer he is to death. Death means reloading the game again at a certain point, which is a right pain. But this section I find really hard. You basically have to kick the baddies who come towards you, but there's these sort of trolleys that come along and you have to jump over them. I find it problematic and hard to do, and I'm really hoping I get to the third phase. So if I don't talk too much, you'll understand why. I'm going to press the button and we're going to go for it. Here we go. So it starts straight away. Oh, there's those trolley things that come along, and I'm going to do my best to jump over them and kick these guys at the same time. This is difficult to do. It's It's more the visual thing of the graphics. I can jump that. Oh, yeah, I was doing well there for a second. Come on. Oh, so timings of the kicks have to be perfect. I thought I did it that time. Let's kick that guy out of the way. Oh, come on. So very difficult, as you can see. And can you imagine how taxing this was if you had to, which I'm doing, having to load the tape each time. Oh, goodness me. Could have said something a lot worse there. Oh, I did all right there. We're getting there a little bit. Oh, come on, why didn't I jump there? Reflexes of a 55-year-old. There, we made it. We made it through that section. Oh, we did lose a lot of life, unfortunately. But I'm going to stop recording again and load the third section. Right, here we go. Section 3 all loaded well. Now, I have to be honest here. I've had to do separate occasions where I've got through level 1 and 2, and I've failed on this third part. Basically, the mad professor sits at the top of a tower, and there's all these doors to the left and right of him, and these spherical objects come towards you, and you shoot them with your target or your pistol. And I just can't get past this bit. I've tried and given it another go. It's pretty difficult. I don't use pokes or anything for infinite lives on these sort of games. I'm going to give it another go. I just would love to get through to the last section where you fly a helicopter. I wouldn't care how good or bad I did at that bit. I just want to get there. But anyway, we're going to give it another try. So let's go. As you can see, I've started very badly. Oh, come on. Now you have to really have your concentration levels well and up and running. So you don't know where they're going to come from. You just got to get your target over there, and they sort of come at a curved angle, as you can see. Once you get into the zone a bit, it can be doable. See, if you just miss the center of it a little bit, it can be difficult. But we sort of steady the ship a little bit. As you can see, he swears if you shoot the thing. But what happens here is it gets very quick. Now, once you lose a little bit of concentration, it can really turn messy very quickly. If only there was a way of gaining more energy, which there isn't. But they start sort of coming nearly... This is what happens the minute you lose once. Oh, my gun didn't fire then. Oh, come on. You can see how it all gets very difficult. Oh, come on. You know, it's so hard. I don't think I can get through that section, but I've given it 2 or 3 hours, to be honest, trying to get through. But my efforts are in vain after all. But basically, if you get past that, you get to a helicopter section where you can... honestly, I'm disappointed in myself, but what can you do? You do get through to a part where you fly a helicopter around, but I've not got there. I've done my best. I don't think my good lady would be impressed if I spend any more time trying to get this done. But anyway, I've shown you the first 3 sections. That's Agent X, and I thought it was a pretty good Mastertronic game. Well, there you go. That Agent X, it really got to me. I'd put 2 to 3 hours into that. I really wanted to get to the 4th stage where you sort of fly the helicopter around. I've never got there, and as I say, I don't use any pokes or anything, and I just couldn't achieve it. And you could tell in my voice I was really starting to get a bit fed up about it. But that's gaming, and that's especially ZX Spectrum gaming. It's tough. The games are tough, but there you go. And I hope you like the look at Agent X and Werewolves in London. They're pretty good games. I quite like them, and I will be doing some more videos on the upcoming Mastertronic games I've received in the post. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I'll see you soon.